Well, I'm out on my first ride of the year 2021. I'm on my Royal Enfield 500. If you hasn't noticed by the shaking, I slipped this windshield on right before I left. I think this windshield's been on probably a half a dozen motorcycles I've had over the years, and it comes in handy, so I keep it around, and it fits a lot of different motorcycles. At the beginning of the year, at the end of the last year, it's a good time to kind of reflect on where you've been and where you're going, yeah? Right? Whoa, looks like something went here. I figured last night, I had since I was 20 years old to the time when I retired. I retired when I was 61 years old. I've had 22 real jobs during that period of time, and 22 real jobs, 14 different organizations. Everything from pumping gas at a full service gas station to being a program manager, managing a aerospace program. My budget was about $300 million a year. Looks like a lot of farming is going on out here. Looks like some of those English roads I see you boys ride on. Doing a lot of riding solo now because I think it's too cold for George, it's too dirty for Roy, and Bill's working too much. So I'm doing a lot of solo rides myself, and the Royal Enfield's a good one to do a solo ride anyway. You know, I'm doing kind of the sweet spot here, about 45 miles an hour, and just fine. I really get a kick out of all the YouTube videos I get to see, people we get to see. I've mentioned them over the years, over this year, the ones I really enjoy, and it really helps me out energy-wise to see everybody doing all those things with such an enthusiasm and spirit, because the longer I ride, the older I get, the fewer people I see that are around to still ride with. They're mostly all gone. Either all gone, like dead, or as in they've not been riding and I don't see them anymore. So it kind of feels like a little island. For you guys that do YouTube channels, you notice on your demographics you'll have the age breakout. So do 18 to 24, 24 to 34, 45 to, or 34 to 45, and such like that. And almost always, the over 65, there's not very many of us out there that watch videos and are still actively involved in riding as much as I'd like anyway. So it gives me a big kick out of watching Nice Pants Lance and the Bolt-Hole Biker, and even guys a little older than that, the Mistin' and Flyer, Lamb Chop Rides, Teapot One. You know, there's lots of them I watch and I really enjoy. 44 Teeth is really good. They do a lot of crazy stuff. But it just kind of gives you that energy and passion that you need to keep on riding, keep on going. And they don't treat me too badly. They treat me pretty nice, actually, so I'm happy about that. Well, I've been out riding for a few minutes now. You know, if you can see over here in this corner, there's some snow up in the mountains. We're surrounded by mountains here, and that's where all the snow usually hits. We'll get some down in the valley occasionally, some ice. We got some what we call hoar frost the other day. I didn't know what it was until I think Christina told me, and it's where that when the fog comes in and then it freezes on the limbs and the fences and the weeds and whatever, you know, it just freezes, and it has little spikes. The little spikes are well, you can tell which way the wind was blowing because the spikes would be pointing that way when they froze. It's really pretty cool. It gets a little slippery. Thinking about what we're going to be doing this year. Probably do a little drag racing. We got Bonneville on the schedule for this year. Doing a little ride with my buddies here. I'd like to ride the new Trident 660 when it comes in. I said I don't do reviews, but I might try to do one on that one. I kind of like to do that, but I think the first one they've got coming in is already sold, so may have to wait just a little bit. By that time, everybody and his brother had reviewed them. Well, that's it for today. So long, just Dad.